In this video, we're taking a look at the newly released Land Cruiser 80 from FMS Model. Now, this is not the first Toyota LC80 that we've seen from FMS. They basically took the body kit and overall styling from their previous LC80 model and carried it over to this new FCX18 platform. Thanks to FairRC.com, we have one here to unbox and put to the test. This officially licensed body is available in 3 different color options. They have blue, yellow, and then the gray that you see here. Straight out of the package, this vehicle comes ready to run with a nice little transmitter, an instruction manual, a cross wrench, some decals, a trailer hook that mounts to the rear bumper with an included screw, and finally a USB charger to charge the LiPo battery pack that's included. From the outside, this truck looks almost identical to the old LC80 that FMS used to offer, so it still has a lot of cool scale details such as the molded plastic front grille, bumpers, side mirrors, windshield wipers, snorkel, the ladder, and roof rack. But this new version now comes with LED lights in the upper light bar as well as tinted windows since there is no longer an interior. The body is held on with 4 screws total. There's 2 Phillips head screws in front and 2 1.5mm hex head screws in back. Since almost the entire vehicle uses hex hardware, it would be nice to see FMS switch the handful of Phillips screws over to hex screws just to keep things consistent. I also noticed that one of the screws mounting the bottom of the ladder to the back of the truck kind of interferes with one of the body mounting screws, so maybe FMS could also swap those ladder screws to something slightly shorter to provide enough clearance. That's being a little nitpicky though, because you honestly shouldn't have to remove the body very often since the hood actually opens up, giving you quick access to the battery and ESC. This 900 milliamp LiPo battery is larger than any other battery I've seen in a vehicle of this size, and FMS claims you'll get an hour of runtime with it. Of course, having the battery mounted right up front like this should also help keep the nose of the truck down when climbing up obstacles. It seems that the tires on this truck are modeled after the Goodyear Wrangler MTR, and they're apparently 35% softer than the previous version and provide 30% more grip. They do have foam on the inside and are mounted on the same 3-piece plastic beadlocks that we saw on the last LC80. And it's always nice to see a functional spare tire included on the back of the truck. Underneath the body, parts of this FCX18 platform should look familiar. FMS carried over the 2-speed transmission and portal axles from their FCX24 platform, but they dropped them into a new metal C-channel frame. The ring and pinion gears within the axles are plastic, but we do have ball bearings throughout the vehicle. I know the portals can be somewhat controversial. I actually prefer them in vehicles this small because it helps with clearance, but I know that some would just rather see straight axles underneath this truck. As you look closer, you'll notice other nice improvements such as oil-filled aluminum shocks that now have adjustable preload collars on the bodies. They feel extremely smooth, and having that oil inside really slows down the movement compared to stock FCX24 shocks. FMS went ahead and attached a larger 50-turn 180 motor to the transmission, which should provide more torque compared to the smaller 130 brushed motor that we've seen in the FCX24. I'm excited that they also added metal steering links and lower suspension links to make the truck more rigid. It looks like they added some new V2 servos to shift and steer this truck as well. The 2-speed transmission is controlled by the channel 3 switch on the transmitter, while the light kit is controlled by the channel 4 button. You're able to turn on all of the lights with blinkers. You can turn high beams on with blinkers, high beams with hazard lights, and then only keep the blinkers on. I know a lot of people are against having the blinkers flashing as they're out crawling, so it would be nice to have a setting without them entirely. The overall size of this new FCX18 is quite interesting. Compared to an FCX24, this LC80 is only a little longer. It's very close in size, surprisingly. Compared to an axial SCX24, you definitely notice a bit more of a difference in size. Before taking this truck out for a run, I decided to flip the first switch on the top of the transmitter to the up position, which gives me immediate reverse, which is what I'm more comfortable with when it comes to crawlers. And I have to say, it's really nice to be able to control those ESC parameters on the fly directly from the radio. After getting some time behind the wheel of this truck, I have to say it is definitely fun to drive. It's an awesome looking vehicle. Once again, FMS really knocks it out of the park with all of the scale details. I never had a chance to work with the old LC80 from FMS, but can definitely say that this seems like a huge improvement and a very solid deal considering the price point. I'm loving the oil-filled shocks. This new shock package is doing a great job and is once again super smooth. For a trail truck with a hard body that's geared more towards scale driving, it did pretty good out on the trails performance-wise. Of course, we're not really chasing that competition performance because we do have a hard body and all the scale accessories and the spare tire in the rear, and the truck does sit a little high, so it makes it pretty top heavy. The FCX18 platform underneath though does seem very capable. I'm excited to see where FMS takes it in the future. Seems like a very cool release overall. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments of this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.